Before Jinwoo became the most powerful hunter alive, he was basically the party mascot, the guy everyone left behind to loot corpses and carry potions, always polite, always helpful, always the first to die. He thought kindness would protect him, that if he played nice, life would reward him. But life doesn't give participation trophies. It gives trauma quests. In both solo leveling and real life, being nice isn't the problem. Being harmless is. Because when you spend your life avoiding conflict, the world quietly decides you don't matter. Every story of strength begins in moments like this, where being good stops working, and the only way out is to become something else. Nice guys don't fail because they're kind. They fail because they mistake approval for love and compliance for character. If you've ever bent over backwards just to keep the peace, congratulations. You've probably got back pain and an identity crisis. The nice guy thinks that by saying yes to everyone, he'll be liked by everyone, but all he gets is exhaustion and the emotional equivalent of being wallpaper, present but unseen. Psychology calls it fawning. A trauma response where you please others to avoid rejection. It's not morality. It's self-protection disguised as virtue. You're not doing good because it's right. You're doing good because you're scared. Stoicism would call that slavery. To opinion, to fear, to the illusion that peace means silence. In solo leveling, Jinwoo smiles through pain as his team abandons him. He apologizes, as if his weakness is an inconvenience to them. That fake smile, that quiet, "I'm sorry," that's the real curse. It's not the monsters that kill him. It's his inability to say, "I deserve better." You know that coworker who's always happy to help until they explode during a group project? That's a modern-day Jinwoo, a pressure cooker wrapped in a smile. The truth is, you can't earn respect by being agreeable. People don't admire convenience. They admire conviction. Say no once and watch how the world keeps spinning. That's the moment you stop being agreeable and start being real. Jinwoo didn't die because he was weak. He almost died because he thought life played by moral rules. You ever notice how the world loves saying, "Good things happen to good people"? Cute idea, until you're broke, ghosted, or replaced by someone who barely tried. We're taught to believe that if we just behave, things will fall into place. But the cold truth? The world isn't your mom. It doesn't hand out cookies for compliance. In that dungeon, being good didn't matter. Being alive did. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius warned us, don't expect the world to act as you wish. Act according to how it does. Life isn't fair. It's not rigged against you. It's just not built for you. You don't rise because you're good. You rise because you adapt, because you endure, because you take responsibility for what's yours. Jinwoo drags himself across the floor, broken, bleeding, apologizing to no one. Then the system awakens. Welcome, player. That wasn't salvation. It was a mirror. The system didn't reward his kindness. It rewarded his endurance, his refusal to stop moving. Maybe that's the real test for all of us. You work hard, you behave, then someone half as skilled gets what you wanted. That sting you feel? That's the dungeon. You're expecting fairness in a world that rewards initiative, not obedience. Life isn't an exam graded on good behavior. It's a battleground where the only rule is grow or be forgotten. Stop waiting to be recognized. Act so boldly that the world can't ignore you. The system didn't appear to save Jinwoo. It appeared to force him to stop being weak. There's a moment in everyone's life where something breaks. The job, the relationship, the illusion that things will work out. If you just keep waiting, you think you're being punished. But what if that collapse is actually your invitation? Jinwoo's came as a glowing blue window. Yours might come as silence, as loss, as the slow realization that nobody's coming to fix your life for you. Psychologists call it post-traumatic growth. Pain as the raw material for transformation. Carl Jung called it the meeting with the shadow. That moment when you stop running from what hurts and finally face it. Because the moment life stops protecting you is the moment it starts testing you. That's when the system shows up. Not in your phone, not in your fantasy, but in your reality. Disguised as responsibility, as discomfort, as consequence. The system floats before Jinwoo. No sympathy, no pity, just one rule. If you don't level up, you die. No one's coming. No one's saving you. The system doesn't reward feelings, it rewards follow-through. Transformation doesn't start with motivation. It starts with pain that refuses to be ignored. The system is life's way of saying, you've been hiding from your potential for too long. So stop asking, why me? Start asking, what's my next quest? Then move before your fear reloads. A harmless man is forgettable. A dangerous man who chooses peace is untouchable. The nice guy thinks strength corrupts, so he avoids it. He wants to be liked, not feared. And because of that, he's neither respected nor remembered. He lives like emotional tofu, soft, shapeless, absorbing everyone else's flavor. Here's the hard truth. If you spend your life trying not to offend anyone, you'll spend your life being controlled by everyone. Carl Jung once said, a harmless man is not a good man. A good man is a very dangerous man who has it under voluntary control. Power isn't evil. It's potential. It's your ability to protect, to create, to act when others freeze. Without it, you're not virtuous, you're vulnerable. Jinwoo walks into a dungeon filled with monsters that once terrified him. He doesn't scream, he doesn't boast, he just acts. Each swing of his blade, clean, precise. No ego, no emotion. This isn't revenge, it's evolution. The weak hunter who used to beg for help now moves like a storm that's learned self-control. Think of the person who doesn't argue, but whose silence ends the argument. That's controlled power. The journey isn't about becoming aggressive. It's about integrating your aggression, making peace with a part of you that could destroy but doesn't need to. Become strong enough to be feared and calm enough to never need it. Power without control is chaos. Control without power is fear. Every day you hesitate, someone else takes what could have been yours. Let's be honest, most people don't fear failure. They fear looking stupid while trying. So they live in this perfect little holding pattern called almost ready. Almost started the gym. Almost launched that project. Almost became the version of themselves they daydream about at 2 a.m. And they'll stay there, comfortably, almost, forever. Jinwoo was the same. All potential, no action. Until life cornered him and whispered, move or die here. In solo leveling, standing still means death. Every quest ignored becomes a penalty. Every hesitation gets punished. In real life, the rules are the same, just less cinematic. No glowing system window, no death timer, just a slow decay of confidence, momentum, and self-respect. Epictetus once said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Growth starts when you're willing to look dumb while leveling up. Because the people who laugh at your first step will clap at your finish line if you make it there. Jinwoo walks through shadows, coat flowing, eyes glowing faintly. He doesn't wait for applause. He doesn't explain himself. He chooses himself. Because once you stop needing permission, you become unstoppable. You've seen it. The guy who trains alone, the artist who posts their first terrible drawing, the student who studies while everyone else parties. They're not waiting to be chosen. They're training, so no one has to choose them. The cost of waiting is invisibility. Every day you delay action, someone bolder replaces you. Your potential doesn't die. It just gets taken by someone who showed up when you didn't. Don't wait to be chosen. Move so consistently that the world has no choice but to notice. Choose yourself, or the world will choose someone else. The old Jinwoo died in that dungeon, and maybe the old you should too. The one who smiled to be liked. The one who said, "It's fine," when it wasn't. The one who mistook patience for strength and silence for peace. Let him go. Because that version of you was never respected. He was tolerated, ignored, forgotten. You don't owe the world your softness. You owe it your transformation. So when they look for the nice guy who used to apologize for existing, make sure they can't find him. He's gone. The world belongs to those who dare.